All right, we're back. Got our nice little blade here, and we're gonna try to tidy this thing up and make a clay point. So, let's see what we can do. We'll first try to clean up this base area here. Make sure everything looks how I want it. Doing a little bit of pressure work. Just kind of evening out the surface. That way there's not a bunch of big deltas in the way. All right, just kind of thinned out that base area so that we can start our notching. Slightly abrade a bit. And got our pressure flaker, nice and sharp. And let's see what angle we want to come in at. Let's say about right here. Yeah, I like that. Seems to be a good place to start. See, I just kind of brushed away a little bit of a platform in through here. And so now I'm going to put this on that platform. Push in. So push the little flake off. Now I'm going to clean that area up by pressing in and down at the same time. Braiding that slightly, then we're going to do it one more time. I'm really trying to go straight in rather than curved. I'll curve it in a little bit. I think many of you know how I do my clays by now, but some of you might not. Okay, so we picked off another flake right there. And so we clean off those edges. And it's once I get a few strikes in about this stage, where I like to go ahead and start the other notch. Now I've gotten to where I can just go ahead and fully notch one side and then just go ahead and do the other. And you can too. But I'd suggest, for symmetry's sake, go ahead and start the other side. Make sure everything aligns the way you hope it does. Come right here. See, I'm seeing my symmetry on the blade is a bit off. Just something I notice as I'm getting this set up here. Drew a flake off. Now we come back through and we kind of push down and in. Widen this just a tad. And I like to have a square within that notch. See how that's not a circle necessarily, it's more of a square. I mean, it's rounded, but anyways, that just helps me as I'm looking for a nice solid platform to hit with, or to press with. Okay, so that wasn't the best job ever right there. But it will do. Again, I'm looking to make kind of a square. It's a little bit rounded, but it's not rounded enough where it's a burden. It's like in between a square and a circle. I just don't want to get cramped. I want to have a nice place for a platform in there. So you see that bulb of percussion there, and you see what we did. On this one, I really just need to press down, not as much in. Because it did gouge out a decent little area there. I don't want to raise this platform up too high either. It gouged out a big portion, but I don't want to get the platform so low that we strike the platform and then we're just left with a medium of the road notch. That can cause you issues going forward. I sometimes like to pick up. Instead of pushing down, I'm picking up, slightly abrading. I don't know what that was. But I'm gonna press in right there. And just keep this notch alive. Really want to get a little bit lower here. Well, no, that'll be okay. Maybe it won't be okay. Let me address it. If you're ever slightly concerned about something, you're typically right. needs to be slightly addressed or reset up. Follow your instincts, in other words. Even if your instinct takes extra time. Sometimes it's worth it. Now, on something like this, I could use this notch-o-matic. Remember me showing this in another video? You put that little contraption in the platform, and then you just kind of indirect shoot it. But I don't know, don't feel quite comfortable with it yet to use it on my best stuff. Give me just a second. Okay, so we're expanding our notch. Now this is gonna get way wider, okay? This is just an entry point to kind of get us going. Man, it's looking really good so far. At least I think it is. Get a nice platform in there. See how low it is? Oh, that's a good angle. See how low that platform is? Below center line. This is center line. That's below center line. Okay, so I pressed off another flake. So now we come in, we tidy up our area. It's important to have a sharp copper insert to be doing some of this stuff. It's incredibly important. Okay, come back through on the opposite side. Braid up, as I mentioned earlier. Uh-oh, let's look at what we did. Got caught a little bit. What is the issue here? Maybe it's not raised up enough. Felt like it was, but I'm gonna take our file here. Okay. So sometimes that'll happen where you'll send a flake and it'll just crack. And because of that cracking, it won't send a nice flake, because there's already a breakage in there. So that's what occurred there. That can happen when you didn't abrade good enough, but mainly when your platform isn't exactly the way it needs to be. And this way. There we go. A deep canal right there. That's what you like to see. Now we got plenty of room on this other side too. Oops, almost caught that ear a little bit, but you'll see why that doesn't really matter in a moment, or later on. This is kind of meticulous work, but it's important. You want to do the best notching job you can. You don't want to stall out or get some issues. We are coming up on a little area where it looks like there might be a little cavity in the stone. Sharp tip. Don't mess up on here. This is one where a punch-o-matic might help. Oh, look at there. It was a pretty stout platform, and it was able to gouge out some of that rough area. Did pretty nice. I like that. So it can come in handy. It really can do this whole notching thing for you. But like I said, with such good material like this, and with not a lot of practice with that tool, I want to do what I'm definitely comfortable with first. Before resorting to something that I'm not as comfortable with. Okay, I might have caused us a little boo-boo here. I have to re-lower this platform, or re-raise this platform. That's what we needed. Doing good. Doing good. Making progress. That's why it's good to have an abundance of tools nearby. You never know when one might come in handy over another one. And since I already started this other notch, I'm not worried about getting them even and symmetrical yet. I'll do that when the time comes. Not worried about that at the moment. Yeah, I want to press this in if I'm able. Oh yeah, that did exactly what I wanted it to. Yeah, pressed in. Needed more real estate right there. Pressure flaker. Really, this copper bit is a bit, I can't reach it. And I had mentioned before that we broadened that notch out. So that's nothing new there. Need to go a little further. I'd rather have a longer notch than a shorter one. There we go. And we're nearly at the stopping point, but I do want to get a little further. Not a ton further, but a little further. Yeah, that's just about far enough. And I may stop right there if I need to advance any further or go any wider. You can always do that later. I'll definitely trim up this base area here. All right, so we got one notch, looking really nice. Already got that clay shape. Yeah, you notice how we preformed this out. There was a little kick and curve here. And we've got our two entryways and this natural kick and curve. Once we rounded it out, remember we did our initial pressure flaking. And then we get our two spots, then we come in and you can already see that if I notch this side, clay point's nearly exactly the way we want it to be. So we're doing good. Making good progress. Got nice and sharp. And round number 2. Round number 2. Now we haven't finished the blade edge. Okay, that'll come later. I'm making sure these notches are good. That is all I'm concerned with. And the tools I'm using are, here, let me just lay them out here. I've got, yeah, these 5 tools. So I've got the punch-o-matic, punch, okay? And I've got 2 files. One is flat with, I like using the thinner end of that. Then I've got a round file. Then I've got an issue stick and a pressure flaker. And that's it. That's it. And a hand pad. But let's see if we can match this notch. I still just can't get over the colors in the stone. They are just beautiful. All right, center it. The platform I'm hitting on is kind of center line, so I gotta strike down or press down more than anything right there. So we got our somewhat circle, somewhat square platform. Flatten that out. Now we want to clean up that area. Got a nice, somewhat nice little platform to hit here. Did okay. By the way, if you haven't seen my clay point, I might have mentioned this in the first part of this video yesterday, but I made a clay just like this out of coral. I didn't make a video from it. Yeah, let's not do that. Sorry, there's loads of traffic here. I didn't make a video on it, but the point came out so well, so nice, that I knew I needed to make one on camera. So that's a part of why you're getting this. Remember how our edge came up a little bit here? I'll raise our edge slightly here, give us a little more room. I almost want to press straight down. but I don't want to use a ton of force, and it's too wide of a platform to use the Punch-O-Matic, in my opinion. Let's see if that hinge causes us. Yeah, sometimes creating a hinge can help. I don't know if I explained that at all very well, but basically the platform I just hit right there was a hinge that I created. It was just a hinge so that I could get a low platform to hit on. That's all I did. But now we're cooking with grease. I think. We'll see here in a minute. It wasn't bad. It wasn't great. Probably gonna need the Punch-O-Matic here to save me. I got it. I had to make that really low. Let's see if this will work. Now it's really low. Can you see the shadow? Surely you can. That's a great visual right there. I'm gonna use this to braid that platform slightly. Not too much, but just enough. Make it a little bit more flat. That was more of a cramped position there. I don't like getting cramped. This may seem tedious, and it is, but it'll be nice as a result. I hope. Press straight in. And now, I'm gonna give us a little bit of breathing room. I can actually press down beside where I hit 2, right here. Press in. Then more of that area out in here. Not doing bad. And I'll finish shaping out this back edge later. Right now I'm lowering that platform. Yeah, that might be low enough. Yeah, it'll work. Actually, looking at this on my camera at that angle helps me see how low that platform is in regard to everything else. Pretty cool. Oh no. Make sure, do we cause any damage? Not much, but Definitely needed more force there. Yeah, a couple little small cavities. Doubt you can even make them out. But that's where an issue stick can come in handy. Is if you need more oomph. Typically it can provide. Be careful though. When you use an issue stick, you're inclined to press in. Right there, you want to press more down. So you kind of got to shift what you're doing a little bit to accommodate. All right, gotta sharpen this. Got to lower the platform. Oh no, come on now. Don't give me any issues. I don't need that. That might have caused a hinge, and it did. A slight hinge. But that hinge allows us a nice little, neat little platform. Hopefully. Oh yeah, did good. Good. See, we're starting to match up. We're getting there. But really, once I get my notches done, I'm not really worried about a thing. Notching is always something that y'all might love. If y'all love it, hey, that's fine. I don't like it. I like when it's done. I don't like doing it. Because I want to make sure everything's perfect. I don't want it to stall out or do anything odd or funky or weird. Like this right here, I'm making sure it's below center line, making sure everything's the way it needs to be. Yeah. See? There it is, below center line. It is running up on a couple little inclusions, so we gotta be careful. Don't want to press too hard here. I gotta sharpen. Yeah, ran into some of that conclusion mess. And because of that, I'm gonna try to remove my last flakes off of this face rather than disturb a ton of this iffy stuff. Because I wanna make sure that I have enough real estate to do everything I need to do. If I just start shooting flakes into that mess, it might ruin me a little bit. So I'm gonna do it off the better side. Hope this works. Okay. Gouged out a bit there, but we needed that gouged out. Might have to take another flake on the rough side. hope it doesn't cause too much issue. I can go ahead and broaden this out. I told you I would in time. Whew. All right, got one more, maybe even a couple more. Pressure flaking passes. That honestly scared me. Oh, we cut through all that nastiness. Whew. Wow. That was awesome. I was worried about it. Okay, I'm gonna hold off here and I'm gonna go run and get my other point and I'll be right back.